Hello everyone, I am Priyanka Fulsondar, Assistant Professor IT Department. In my previous video, we discussed about digital logic family and classification of digital logic family. And in this video, we discuss about integrated circuit characteristics of digital logic family. IC is an abbreviated form of integrated circuit. We know that the IC which we are using in digital circuit are known as digital ICs. These are the characteristics of digital ICs. First one is propagation delay, second one is power dissipation, third one is figure of merit, fourth one is fan out, sixth is noise immunity, and current and voltage parameter. Now we will discuss one by one. First one is propagation delay. The propagation delay is the time delay between the occurrences of change in the logic level at the input and before it is reflected at the output. And it is the time delay between the specified voltage points on the input and output waveforms. It means that if any gates, when we apply signal at this input, it will take certain time to propagate to the output. So this particular interval of time is nothing but the propagation delay. And the propagation delay are separately defined for low to high and high to low transaction at the output level. Okay, and in addition, we also define enable and disable time delay that occur during the transaction between the high impedance state and defined logic low to high state. Propagation delay generally measure 50% transaction between input and output. Now, how to calculate average propagation delay? Propagation delay equal to time of PHL and T of PLH. T of PHL is nothing but the time it takes the output to go from the low to high, and TPHL is nothing but the time it takes the output it goes to high to low. Propagation delay is the average transition delay time for a signal to propagate from input to the output when the binary signal change in the value. Okay, and the signal through gate takes a certain amount of time to propagate from the input to the output. The interval of time is defined as a propagation delay of that gate. The interval of time is propagate delay time at the specific gate. Propagation delay is expressed in nanosecond. 1 nanosecond equal to 10 raised to minus 9 second. And the signal traveling from input to output of the system pass through a number of gates. Okay, propagation delay always measure in nanosecond. And the propagation delay of the system is the sum of the propagation delay of all those gates. Propagation delay is the sum of all those gates. When the speed of the operation is imported, at that time each gate must have a small propagation delay and the digital circuit must have minimum number of gates between the input and output. Now, what are the examples of propagation delay? If we take standard transistor logic integrated circuit and it has TPHL equal to 7 nanosecond and TPLH equal to 11 nanosecond. Okay. Now, how to calculate the propagation delay? Propagation delay equal to 11 plus 7 divided by 2. 11 plus 7 divided by 2 equal to 18 divided by 2 equal to 9 nanosecond. And this is the average propagation delay. Got it? How to calculate propagation delay? Now, the next characteristics is power dissipation. The power dissipation is supplied that is required to operate the gate, it is expressed as milliwatt. Okay, it is always expressed as milliwatt, and it is represent actual power dissipated in the gate. Okay, we know that every electronic circuit required a certain amount of power to operate, and what are the formula to operate the power dissipation is nothing but the VCC into ICC. Power dissipation is determined by current ICC, which is drawn by the power supply VCC. It means power dissipation equal to VCC into ICC. Now, how to calculate average value of ICC is equal to HCCH and HCCL. It means output voltage is high for ICCH and output voltage is low for ICCL. It means that average value of power dissipation is equal to VCC into average value of ICC. Usually there is one terminal for power supply in each IC, which is represented by VCC when transistor logic integrated circuit and VDD when CMOS IC. For example, transistor logic NAND gate integrated circuit. VCC is plus 5 voltage, then ICCH equal to 1 milliampere and ICCL equal to 3. So we calculate the power dissipation first. Now first we calculate ICC average. So average, when we are using formula average, ICCH plus ICCL divided by 2. It is nothing but the 1 plus 3 divided by 2 equal to 4 divided by 2 equal to 2 milliwatt. Okay. And so we can calculate the power dissipation equal to 5 into 2 milliwatt equal to 10 milliwatt. So it is always advantage that power dissipation is less. Got it? How to calculate the power dissipation? Next characteristics is figure of merits. So the figure of merits is determined by the primary characteristics that makes something fit for a specific purpose. For example, a digital camera, figure of merit is sensor resolution. Okay, and the formula of figure of merit is figure of merits equal to propagation delay into power dissipation. Now propagation delay calculated in nanosecond and power dissipation is calculated in milliwatt. So the propagation delay time is 10 raised to minus 9 second and power dissipation calculated 10 raised to minus 3 watt. Okay, so average is 10 raised to minus 12 picojoules. Okay, it is always figure of merits is calculated picojoules format. Okay, got it? What are the characteristics of figure of merits, and it is important characteristic in digital logic families. Next characteristic is fan out characteristic. It specifies the number of standard loads that the output of the gate can derive and affecting normal operations. Okay, and a standard load is usually defined as the amount of current needed by an input of another gate in the same family as shown in figure. The output of the gate is usually connected to the inputs of similar gate. Output of the gate is usually connected input gates. Okay, and each input consumes a certain amount of power to this gate, and each additional connection that are adds to loaded the gate, and this loading rule are listed for family of standard digital circuits. So the rules specify the maximum amount of loading that are allowed for each output in the circuit. Got it? What are the characteristics of fan out? Now the next characteristics is noise immunity. The noise immunity, that are maximum noise voltage added to the input signal of digital circuit, and that does not causes an undesirable change in the circuit output. And noise immunity, that are divided into two type of noise. First one is DC noise and second one is AC noise. So what will happen in DC noise? This causes by drift in the voltage level of signal, and AC noise causes by random pulse that may be created by other switching signals. Okay, and this is quantitatively measure of noise immunity offered by the logic family. When the output of a logic device feeds the input of another device of the same family, at that time legal high logic state at the output of feeding device should be treated as a legal high logic state by the input of the device is similar. Okay, and the noise immunity is always calculated VLI minus VOL. It means VIL max minus VOL max and VOH mean minus VIH mean. Now the next characteristic is voltage and current parameter. They are divided into four types, such as VIL is nothing but the voltage of input logic level is low, and VIH is nothing but the voltage of input logic level is high, and VOL is nothing but the voltage of output logic level is low, and VOH is nothing but the voltage of output logic level is high. Now what will happen in voltage of input logic level is low? In that case, the maximum voltage level is applied at the input that is recognized as a legal low level for the specified family. For the standard TTL family, an input voltage of 0.8 V is a legal low logic state. Now the next one is voltage of input logic level is high. What happens in voltage of input logic level is high? In that case, minimum voltage level that needs to be applied at the input to be recognized as a legal high level for a specified family. It means high level family. And for the standard TTL family, input voltage is applied such as 2V for legal high logic state. Now next one is voltage of output logic level is low. In that case, the maximum voltage of output that are logic functions when input condition establish the low logic at the output of the same family. Okay, and in the case of standard TTL family of devices, the low level output voltage can be as a high level voltage 0.4 V and still be treated as a legal low logic state. Now next one is voltage of output logic level is high. Voltage of output logic level is high. In that case, high voltage are minimum voltage on the output pin and the logic function when the input condition established the logic state is high and output for the same family. And in this case, standard TTL family of devices, high level output voltage is always 2.4 voltage and it treated as a legal high logic state. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. If any doubts regarding this topic, mention me in comment section. Thank you so much.